Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another edition of Husam X Tom Little. Ladies and gentlemen, what you saw at the start there, big up to Vel, absolute icon of thumbnails. What you saw there at the start was just me giving, Tom the education as per usual. Ain't nothing new. My man has went 0 for 20 this whole summer, and I've went 20 from 20. I've beaten him in every single argument. That's just how it goes on Husam X Tom Little. You guys already know the vibes. Everyone watching us right now or on the replay, because I know a whole lot of you guys like to watch us on the replay. Please do not forget to slap the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single person watching us right now or on the replay, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. We're going to be discussing Gravenberch. YouTube is also telling me that you guys are sharing the videos everywhere as well. So make sure you share the videos on Twitter. Make sure you share it on X, on Instagram, on WhatsApp, whatever the hell you share your videos. Make sure to share them. And of course, coming on is the biggest L merchant of all time. Oh my God, Unfortunately, we have to do a stream again. And I'm like, Tom, I'm going to see you at 6:30. And he's like, you know what, Husam? Even though I'd never watched Gravenberch a minute in my life, I'm willing to come in here and willing to waffle for the next hour. So, of course, make sure you're all wishing a happy birthday because he turns 18 today. Happy birthday, Tom Little chat, after you like and subscribe. Man like Tom Little has joined us. How are you doing, Tom?
I'm not even going to give that stupid photo at the start any time of day. It doesn't deserve it.
You disrespecting Vel like that?
I have a lot of respect for Vel, but that photo I've got no respect for.
Why? Even Vel is saying this.
It's a lie, it's a disgrace. It's slander upon my name.
You get me, blood. Anyway, 370 people are in here already. We ain't even started yet. Minimum 200 likes. Hit the like button, subscribe. Make sure you're wishing Tom a happy birthday, man. The guys already know the vibe, man. Happy 16th birthday. Happy birthday, Tom.
Have I de-aged 2 years now?
You know how it works on the channel. You know how it works in the channel. So, without further ado, Tom. First of all, why are you wearing a PSG kit? You wool.
Why not?
That's why they call you a wool. Why are you wearing a PSG kit?
Am I not allowed to have a PSG shirt from 2 years ago?
No, why are you wearing a PSG shirt for?
Why is this only ever been an issue now? I've had this PSG shirt for 2 years.
Guys, is Tom Little like, is it just me or you just can't wear a shirt of another club? It can't be just me.
I don't think you can wear a shirt from another club in your country. So I don't want any other Premier League shirt or Championship shirt or whatever. But I have a Bayern shirt. I'm fine having European shirts because we play them max twice a year.
It is what it is. So, I love Ad, man said you're growing up, Tom, man. You're growing up, man. Yeah, he is. How am I reaching selection? / Tom Little's girlfriend? So, Tom, I can't lie. I can't believe we actually accused selection of it. Tom, Ryan Gravenberch, give me your thoughts on the whole Gravenberch situation.
Like I said, I've never watched them play.
So should we just end the video then? That's it. I've never watched them play.
Yeah, if you want to. I don't have a strong. I've watched comps, but as I've always said with comps, Husam Saidi sold me on a comp. So I'm not gonna, I'm not going back to believing them solely. He seems to have good statistical numbers back in the Eredivisie when he played a lot. Obviously, he just didn't play anywhere near enough at Bayern last season, which is a concern.
Mm-hmm.
But when he was playing at Ajax, he had good numbers. He was always very highly thought of. To me, though, I've asked around a lot, and he doesn't seem like what I think we need. I don't think we need him. I think we need a more defensive midfielder. And it's not that I can't rate or not rate a player that I've not seen play. I haven't built an opinion on him. But from his profile, I just don't think he's what we need. He's a project player, and I don't think we have room for project players at the minute. I think we need a more
expand on that from her because like we understand you're a tactical, but other people may not get the whole, He's not what we need, blah, 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 blah.
I can put it down in layman's terms. I want a good defender in the midfield. I think Gravenberch is a better attacker than a defender. So he'd be better off higher up the pitch, but we've bought 2 better players than him for higher up the pitch. So then you get to the point of, well, okay, you brought him in for depth, but then we haven't brought him in for depth because if his whole reason for leaving Bayern is he was depth and he didn't want to be, he wanted to be a starter. So if he is starting, then he's going to sit in a midfield too with McAllister and Szoboszlai, which then ultimately leads me back to the idea that Alexis McAllister is going to be the 6th for the rest of the season. Or we're trying some mad rotation thing where at points in a game, McAllister will be the deepest sitting, then he'll rotate with Gravenberch, and Gravenberch will be the deepest sitting. It all depends on, do we need the height deeper on? Do we need, the passion quality?
I've noticed something that I'm not going to let go. 1 second. Did you just say McAllister is going to start at the 6th then?
Mm-hmm.
So where's Endo gone?
Because I believe Endo's the Milner replacement.
Oh my God, you're actually beyond shameless. You're so shameless, it stinks how shameless you are.
Right, okay. Do you want me to put it down in layman's terms, Husam?
You remember what this guy said about Endo? He was one of the copium dealers when it came to Endo. You started a whole Endo tribe with James Redmond. Now you're off the train already?
I'm not off the train. I was on the train on the basis. I was on the train on the basis
because even Waves is asking here, are you selling Gravenberch copium?
No, because I've not watched them. How can I sell copium on a player I've never watched?
Man, this guy is always doing this shit. You're always doing this, Tom. Like, you're always doing this every single time. Never fails to amaze me. Never fails to amaze me. You just back everything the club does, basically.
How have I backed this?
So you're against the signing of Gravenberch?
I have no feeling. I don't think it's the right signing. No, is that what you want me to say? I don't believe he's the right signing.
Yes.
Hopefully,
I want you to grow up here and say it as it is. I'm glad. Finally.
Okay. I don't believe he's the right profile who should be signing. I think we need a more defensive-minded player. I said that at the start, but apparently just forgot I said that.
Thank you, God.
But like I said, I always said Endo should be the Milner replacement. There's no way you can drag a player from Stuttgart in and have him be a starter. And the fact of the matter is, Ryan Gravenberch is leaving Bayern Munich because he wasn't playing enough. So he obviously wants to move to a club where he will be playing more. Therefore, you'd expect to see him starting most weeks for us. I expect to see McAllister and Szoboszlai start most weeks for us. There's your midfield 3 because you've got your 3 midfielders there. So then what do we do? One of them is going to have to sit deeper. And
wait, run that again. Run the midfield again. Say that again.
Right, so if Ryan Gravenberch is leaving Bayern Munich because he wants more game time, he's most likely going to be a starter at us. 1.
Correct.
McAllister, because he's good. 2. Szoboszlai, because he's the best one there. 3. There's your midfield 3. And then Trent inverts.
Whether we like
it or not, that's how it's looking.
This is the biggest question for me, Tom. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is where I'm kind of just not getting it a little bit here. If he's leaving Bayern Munich to get more game time at Liverpool Football Club, I don't get how he's getting more time at Liverpool Football Club, because the question that I'm saying is, let me ask you this first, genuinely, right? Forget your agendas, be real. Do you think he's ahead of Thiago even?
No, but...
Because we need to remember Thiago's coming back, Tom. It's not like he's disappeared or anything.
Yeah, but then Thiago only is able to do about 5 to 10 games, unless we're doing him in the actual role that we intend for him, which therefore would put Gravenberch ahead of him in the pecking order, because there's more games where you wouldn't want to play Thiago. So if you've got a month of games coming up, you're going to be playing, let's say, 4 league games, a Carabao Cup game, and 2 Europa League games. And 2 of those league games are against Arsenal and Manchester City. The rest are against Luton, Sheffield United, and Crystal Palace. Gravenberch would start Luton, Crystal Palace, Sheffield United, the 2 Europa League games, and potentially the Carabao Cup game. And Thiago would start the other 2. That's the only way I can see it happening. But even then, you're still back at the same issue of you lack a defensive-minded midfielder. Thiago was the best one there. That doesn't mean he's good. I'll put it plainly, that doesn't mean he's good in the role. It just means he's the best of a bad bunch. Don't let people try and convince you that Thiago is a top DM and is good enough to win us the league, or make sure that it's fine that we didn't buy anyone who's defensive. No, because he's not. Because it's a waste of a player who is special on the ball, who's special further up the pitch. You're limiting
Thiago?
him. Yeah, you're limiting
No,
him.
I agree with you
to come back.
completely. But Tom, you touched on it already, and me and you already. By the way, we agree. We don't even disagree on this whole thing that you just said. My thing is like, I'm just being real with it. I don't get how you're leaving Bayern Munich to get more game time at Liverpool Football Club.
Because I've
when
told
you're
you,
not the six.
Husam. I've told you, Husam. McAllister is the 6.
No, but
Let's
then,
not-
but like,
No, but let's not
I
forget
don't
what-
really think he's ahead of Thiago on the pecking order, even from Klopp's perspective.
Right, okay, so he's not going to be ahead of you've got Manchester City. He's not going to start Manchester City, but he's going to end
Okay.
up playing more games than Thiago because you want to limit Thiago's games. You want to make sure he's available for the Manchester Cities. Therefore, you're not going to play him against the Lutons. Therefore, Gravenberch will play against the lower end opposition. Ultimately, there are 19 other teams in the Premier League. There are about 7 that I want Thiago playing. 100% I want Thiago in those games. The other 12, I've got no problem if Ryan Gravenberch is there because I don't want Thiago being wheeled out for Bramall Lane. It comes back to the issue, though, of the fact that Thiago is leaving next summer. He's leaving on a free. So, therefore, Gravenberch gets even more of an influence. But at the end of the day, McAllister ends up sitting in the 6. Before people start going, oh my God, he's just selling copium. I don't want McAllister in the 6. I don't see the point in McAllister in the 6. He's better further forwards. But I will go off what Jurgen Klopp said. Some of McAllister's best moments happen when he's deeper in the 6. That is exactly what he said after Chelsea. Sometimes he plays better deeper. I can easily see it happening. And the thing is, the only real positive that I've figured out about this signing is because I can't say anything about his ability. I'm not one of them saddos who watched ADO Den Haag versus Ajax 2-3 years ago. Never did. So the only positive thing is apparently he doesn't need to be registered. So you keep that
because
one
of the age, you mean?
Yeah. So we keep that one non-homegrown spot to hopefully, and I do mean hopefully, buy a defender. Because apparently, according to Melissa Reddy, we're still in the market for a defender.
Yeah, okay, pal. Okay.
Again, it's pure hope at this point. Pure hope.
And I'm still in for Rihanna as well.
But, there was that Thiat fella, Hinge Cafe links don't go away. Ultimately, you've got to buy
What I genuinely don't understand is how could me and you give us a better ending to this window than the actual club? Because Gravenberch at this point just genuinely just makes no sense. Guys, I always like to have an element of realism. Let me just say this. Me and Tom agree. Like it's just a signing that makes no sense. Sometimes it's not even about being negative or positive. Sometimes it's about being logical. From a logical perspective, 812 people are not tuned in here. So me and Tom sell copium or me and Tom just lie. Let's just be honest, you guys. Like, listen. I want Gravenberch to be the best signing in Premier League history and just be unreal. I've got no problem with that. So let's not come up here and just do the usual Husam, you're negative, Tom, you're negative, Tom, you do this, Husam, you do this. But no one cares. Let's just be real. Genuinely speaking, right? How does it make sense on the football pitch? How does it make sense on the football pitch after signing McAllister, after signing Szoboszlai? Maybe before Szoboszlai, before McAllister, fair enough. Even before McAllister and Szoboszlai, maybe Tom would be a lot more accepting of the idea. Now, after Szoboszlai, after McAllister, it makes no sense. And there are people I've seen tweeting out, and I want to get Tom's opinion on this. Some people are thinking that's exactly what I was about to say, Michael. Big up to you for the super chat. I'm going to get to the rest of the super chats in a sec, but this one addresses the exact point. I think LFC are buying Gravenberch to start at the 6, which I'm worried about. Gravenberch is better suited at the 8. Ugarte was the one. First of all, I completely agree. Ugarte was the one. Tom agreed with that as well. Tom, this has been an idea that's been spoken about plenty, and I'm sure you've seen it as well. Gravenberch in the 6.
It's like asking a fish to climb a tree. Why would I put someone whose strengths lie in the final third in the defensive third? The only reason you could think of putting him in the 6 is because he's tall. And then in that case, just go
which is one of the reasons Klopp actually thinks of. You know him.
But then in that case, just go by Kevin Turam, who's actually an adept defender. and is actually, you know, a project that you could mould into a tall 6 rather than Gravenberch, who I don't. If you were to ask many people, I don't think one of the top 5 things you would say about Gravenberch would be his defending, because everyone I've seen has raved about his passing. Everyone I've seen is raved about his dribbling, his creativity. His, you know, he's got decent pace for a
I
big
don't
man.
even get the idea of him playing in the 6 to begin with. How are you starting your argument with he's tall? Like, it's just... My man started the argument with he's tall, you guys. You know, he's tall. He's tall. It's just like, listen, I understand we need depth, and maybe we're trying to build a team that, you know, maybe like next year or whenever, or maybe in the club's eyes, maybe this year wins the league and shit. But just from a genuine logical perspective, you guys, sometimes it's not about that new signing dopamine. Sometimes it's just about being real with it. Genuinely speaking, I just do not see a logical reason as to why the guy's starting. Not starting, signing to begin with. Because in the 8th position, also there's $1 million question here, by the way, no one's addressing. Tom, where does this put Curtis Jones? No, because everyone here knows. No, but I have to be fair before he even answers. I'm not. People know I'm not the biggest fan of Jones, but after the last 10 games in the season, I said he should be the next rotational option. So now Curtis Jones is essentially not even going to get the game time.
I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what the club's. I don't know what the club's plan is. If you put your work in, let's say the club's plan is for Gravenberch to be a 6. That seems like a big project. That seems like a project that's going to need multiple years. And normally these projects that you know, these big projects, they normally benefit from having an experienced head in the position already. Almost like Fabinho would have been better for it, or you go out and buy a natural 6. Or at the minute you're asking Endo, who's himself moving to a new country, himself adapting to the size of Liverpool, to now nurture Ryan Gravenberch into a DM. Alongside him, Gravenberch himself also improving at it. You know, I'm confused by it. I'm confused by that. And the other part that gets me is, why is it taking this long
to sign Gravenberch?
Yeah, like I know that. I know that,
like 9 years already.
I know the whole thing's been like, oh, Bayern didn't want to sell him, but Tuchel did. All it's taken from us is going, yeah, can we have Ryan? And they're going, you know what, we'll talk. Why couldn't we have done that earlier? I'm just hoping that there's something else potentially in the pipe. Look, if Gravenberch arrives as one of 2 or 3, maybe it's better. Maybe you look at him and he's like a cherry on top sort of thing. Maybe
why are you speaking like it's June? Transfer window ends tomorrow, Habibi.
Yeah, I know.
What do you mean 2 or 3?
It doesn't end tomorrow. It ends Friday.
Tom, what do you mean it ends Friday?
It ends Friday.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. It's still 31st.
No, it's the 1st. It ends on the 1st at 11 p.m.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
you just made that shit up.
No, I didn't. Transfer deadline day 2023. The summer transfer window will close in England at 11 p.m. on Friday, September 1st.
You get me, blood. Okay, but there's 2 days left. Go on, then. That doesn't dispute. By the way, that doesn't dispute the point. Go on, carry on, though.
Look, like I said, if he comes in as maybe part of a package deal, like you've got Gravenberch coming in, you've got Defender coming in, and then there's even another DM coming in potentially, then maybe it's looked upon a little bit better. But right now, again, haven't seen him play. But from what I've been told, he's not what we need, or not what I think we need anyway, because I think you need a more defensive man solution. I think you need someone who's more ready-made as well. But who knows? Who knows? It's not like I know anything. It's the fucking football club that apparently have 9 different people in a scouting team and tries to reach agreements on players. That's another thing.
Scouting my ass. Scouting my ass. What are we scouting, brother? Where's the scouting?
I quite like Al Ittihad's new scouting method of just, let's watch Liverpool games then. Whoever we think is good, we'll ask about them. That's all they seem to do. We should just pick a team now, Husam. We'll both pick a team, and then that's who we'll exclusively recommend for the club to sign in the next 6 months, because we'll use the Al Ittihad method. If someone has one good game, we'll go for them.
You know, it's mad, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. This whole you don't know more than the club thing. Listen, 2 years ago, okay. Now it's just dead. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now it's just fully fucking dead. This whole you don't know more than LFC, you don't know more than this, you don't know more than that. I'm gonna be honest with you. We do fucking know more. I'm gonna just be honest. Like, I'm sorry, but like realistic. By the way, me and Tom are not talking about Mbappe and all this. Realistic transfer windows, we've given better versions than what we're getting right now. Anyway, let me go through the super chats. Before I do that, there's 900 people watching us. Make sure you're all liking the video. Make sure you're all subscribing to the channel. Guys, we can't have 900 people watching us while we're confused AF without us minimum meeting at halfway line. Every single person of you watching right now, hit that like button. Subscribe to This Is Football if you're ready to do so. Right now, hit the like button, subscribe. Big up to Amin, big up to Waves, big up to Jihad, Mo, Nadra, Michael, big up to Kerry, big up to Selection and Sheba for the super chats. Big up to Yassine as well. Did I just call Terry Kerry? Wow. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing right now. Big up to Jihad, who says he's an 8, not a 6. He is not defensive enough. But that's me and Tom's point, Jihad. It makes no sense just from a purely logical perspective. How? Where is this guy gonna fit in? Where does he play? I don't understand. It just makes no sense. Big up to Mo, who says sneaky feeling we're gonna overpay for Gravenberch 40 million. Have you seen anything regarding his price tag? Because I can't lie, Mo ain't the first guy that's saying this whole overpay stuff.
I haven't, no, but the one thing I've seen is the only way
I've seen
Bayern
47 M's somewhere. 47.
the one thing I've seen is Bayern have said we'll sell him if we get a replacement, and their replacement is Joao Palhinha, who is more of the ilk of what I think we need. Even though I don't think Palhinha is who I would sign, he's more of the ilk of what we need, I think.
You know me, Tom. You asked me 2 months ago, would you take Palhinha? I said no. At this moment in time, Palhinha makes sense, man. It makes a lot more sense than Gravenberch. Let's get that right there. When they tell you a player can play 6, 8, 10, etc., they're basically telling you they've played him everywhere and he's still shit. Do you agree with that? I don't think that's necessarily true.
No, because Gerrard could play 6, 8, 10. He wasn't shit.
That's Stevie G, though, Tom. That's Stevie G.
I mean, we've played Szoboszlai 6, 8, 10. He's not shit.
Szoboszlai is him.
Harvey Elliott is now also filled his quota, by the way. His 20 minutes against Newcastle when he was the 6 has now meant Harvey Elliott has also filled the quota of 6, 8, 10. McAllister has done 6, 8, 10. A lot of good players do the 6, 8, and 10.
I can't lie, you're making me think now. This is what I hate about you. Sometimes you make good points. And now I'm thinking about McAllister playing in the 6, and I'm just like, bro, I ain't trying to do this.
I don't want it. Don't. This isn't me saying, oh, yeah, McAllister in the 6, let's go. I think you shouldn't. It's a waste of a signing then.
But why don't we just sign Amrabat 20 M's? He's literally sat there just waiting for a club.
Because he don't want us. He don't want us.
No. Don't believe that. Please don't believe that. We haven't even made a bid. Come on, man. You really think Amrabat would say no to Liverpool Football Club while he's stuck at Fiorentina waiting for a £1 million loan move?
I think he's.
By the way, Gravenberch is like the 3rd player in a row to choose Liverpool over United. Are you mad? Have some shame, Tom. Gravenberch is injury prone, which is why he doesn't get the game time at Bayern. Can you pull up his injury record?
Don't. I can't be asked by another fucking injury prone player. Honestly, my head will go. Gravenberch injury record.
Let's go. Injury record. What's it saying? Tell the people.
He's not injury prone. He's had one injury in his career, which was an ankle injury, which made him miss 10 games. He had COVID twice, and he had a bruised knee, which kept him out for 2 games. He's not injury prone.
Nadra, love for the super chat by you smoking something, pal.
Yeah. Just in case people don't, believe me, because God forbid, I've lied about Ryan Gravenberch's injury history. There you go.
You don't believe. Big up. It's okay. Oh, you were share screening. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. I just came up.
There you go.
Bruised knee, 10 days.
Ankle injury, 57 games.
And COVID.
But that was right at the end of the season. Yeah, COVID twice.
That ain't injury prone.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
I think people have very different definitions of injury prone.
Konate is injury prone. Players like that.
I don't think Konate is injury prone. I think Konate is on the borderline of it. But I don't think
No,
he's
you're
injury
doing
prone.
too much. No, you're doing
No,
too
because
much. You know,
what's your definition of injury prone then?
someone who gets injured repetitively.
My definition of injury prone is someone who every season misses between 10 and 15 games with injury. And Konate doesn't
Yeah,
do
but then
that.
Konate only played 17 games last season. Prem.
Yes, so Konate had an injury ridden last season. Do you know how many games he missed through injury the year before that?
How many?
0. None. Nilch.
That can't be
Nada.
true.
No, it's true. He didn't miss a single game through injury in his first season at the club. He's just on the bench.
Fair enough. It's okay. Klopp can turn water into wine. Yeah, he can. But sometimes the water doesn't make sense. Cereal don't need water. It needs milk. McAllister not playing 6. No way. If Thiago starts 6, we are effed. Can tackle be giving frees and penalties all day long. Thiago's a 60-plus minute man. Can't even run. King Kenny, thank you for the super chat, first of all. Big up to King Kenny, second of all. Third of all, there is no way you just sent in a super chat filled with Thiago slander. You do realize Thiago still is, even as of today, our best midfielder. I'm sorry, but do people actually realize this? Thiago's genuinely our best midfielder. I'm not even joking, even with Szoboszlai there. And you guys know how much I love Szoboszlai. And you guys know how much I think Szoboszlai is him. Thiago's Thiago, man. Agree with Tom. Mac in 6 pivot, I think. Of course, you agree with Tom, first of all. Ryan LCM and Szoboszlai RCM. Klopp doesn't want an out-and-out 6, in my opinion. We're about to pay 40 million for an unnecessary profile. I agree with your ending, to be honest with you. I just think this whole thing is unnecessary. How about you get the DM?
I hope
What's
it's not
so
40,
difficult?
by the way. It best not be 40 mil.
Oh, you think it's going to be 20? August 31st?
No, I'm hoping for 30.
Tom, you're just not being realistic, man.
Lad, do you know how many games he played last season?
No, but that's not the point, Tom. I don't think he's like this whole... Here's the thing. It's 30th August, whether you like it or not, which means money is going to be extra now. You know we're about to pay 40 or plus.
There is absolutely zero way that this football club believes Gravenberch at 40 is more value than Doucoure at 70. There's no way.
Or Lavia at 50.
Yeah, there's just no way. Or Kone at 35. There's no way. How have they possibly reached that?
Selection. I agree with you at the end there. Unnecessary profile. We're literally playing basketball this season. We score, you score style. It's not going to be sustainable. Hell no, it's not going to be sustainable. We better sign Hincapié, but doubt we sign a center back. What I don't understand is what's going on with this whole center back situation. Have we just completely aired the center back position? Have we just went like, nah, we ain't gonna do center back?
So Melissa Reddy has said there's still an expectation that Liverpool sign a defender.
Who?
Like the name that keeps coming up is that Arthur Fiat fella, the Rennes defender.
It'll be interesting to see if you pronounce it Fiat or Fiate.
Oh, he's getting called Fiat. That you best believe. I'm not trying to learn the actual pronunciation.
Fair enough. We need a center back like fucking fine. All we had to do was Ugarte, McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Inacio, like Husam said 3 months ago. I just want to say to Jurgen Klopp publicly, call me. I'm going to be the new sporting director. I'll work on half salary. Just let me make these decisions, brother. I'm going to make your life easier. By the way, Husam, Enzo Fernandez is overrated. He's average. Enzo is not overrated at all, and he would have made our midfield a whole lot better as well, FYI.
No, I think there's a degree of overratedness with Enzo, but it comes from Chelsea fans.
Don't use Chelsea because they're suspect.
All I'm saying is a player only becomes overrated by his own fan base.
A player becomes overrated by his own fan base. Yeah, yes, but did I not just say Chelsea are a suspect? We said that.
But then my point was, I can understand why you'd call him overrated because I was on a stream with Don, and he told me that Enzo Fernandez gets into Man City's midfield. Enzo Fernandez would put Bernardo Silva on the bench, and I sat there and no, he wouldn't.
Yeah, he wouldn't. Anyone who thinks
this has come from someone who really rates Enzo Fernandez. Well, I think he's brilliant.
Yeah, I think
But
he's brilliant too.
but he's
Good,
not
so.
best. He's not like one of the best midfielders. He wouldn't get into the best midfield in the league. Not yet, anyway.
Anyone who thinks Ryan isn't good doesn't know footy. But here's the thing, Terry. We haven't even argued whether he's good or not. We're just saying it's unnecessary. I'm gonna give you a prime example right now. You know who wants to leave Barcelona? Ansu Fati. Does it make sense for Liverpool to sign
Fucking
Ansu Fati? No.
slime today.
No. But I'm just because this is the thing. Ansu Fati is fantastic at football. How many left wingers do we have already? 4. Am I gonna go sign Ansu Fati just because he's good at football? Sometimes it needs to fit what you're trying to do at the football club as well. And you know what takes the piss right here? Yassine. I believe that's from Palestine. Tahiyat al Palestine. Thanks LFC for funding our DM signing Palhinha. This is what takes the piss. Bayern are actually signing the player that we need more. Like it's just this is what I don't get. And Sheba's touching on it right here. It's like when Man United signed Pogba, played him in CMDM. That's literally what we're doing. We're just playing the guy in the wrong position, fam. Like it's just Tom.
Oh no, I've just seen something horrible. I've just seen something horrible.
What?
Oh.
You better not
So-
be exaggerating the reaction.
No, it's not actual news rating, but someone's just messaged me going, we could see Calvin Phillips and Gravenberch just the 2 midfield signs, and I want to die. I want to die.
If we sign Calvin Phillips, I'm gonna punch something up. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Calvin Phillips is on Arthur Mello. No, he is, isn't it? Let's paint the picture. A player who was injured a lot of the season beforehand at a big club who just signed midfielders that summer, so they're expendable. Deadline day loan and injury prone. But they have a good internet that they've always played well when they're with their international team. And when they were at the club before the one that they're at, then they were thought of very highly. Whose career am I rattling off there? Arthur Mello or Calvin Phillips? At least Arthur Mello was younger.
Life's difficult. Life's difficult, man. It is what it is. Would you take Gravenberch and Douglas Luiz and a new centre back like Thiago? Why are we talking about Douglas Luiz? Why are we talking about Douglas Luiz? Do you guys want to win the league or not? Let's just 1,000 of you in here. There's 1,100 people here. Number 1, make sure you're liking. Number 2, make sure you're subscribing. Number 3, do you guys want to win the league or not? Honestly. Do you see a world in which Douglas Luiz is lifting a Premier League title? Douglas Luiz.
I mean, he was a City player.
Tom, I will slap the shit out of you right now. Don't do that.
What? I'm saying a fact.
Don't do that. King Douglas Luiz, do you guys want do you actually want to win the Premier League or not? How are you just spending money like idiots just like that? Gravenberch doesn't start, not a DM, plus never will be. That's what I'm saying, because Thiago is better too. So he doesn't overtake Thiago either. Sidi, thank you for the super chat. Football for All says rejected United, not what we need, but good. I can lie. You guys, if you're doing the whole rejected United thing, then I understand why you're happy, but he just doesn't fit us. It's just as simple as that. Tom, pull up Florentino Luis's football reference compared to Ugarte. Dog. That's what Mo is saying.
Yeah, I've done that. Ugarte still had more tackles, and I think he had more interceptions. But I know he definitely had more tackles because Ugarte had 4 tackles a game. Like Ugarte was the statistical phenomenon. Again, Florentino Luis has good numbers, but there's also more evidence behind Florentino Luis to say he would struggle outside of Portugal, and you can't deny that, which is why it's more of a risk. And again, I always held the base that I don't believe we should be taking risks, because we've got no secure option behind them. There's no security.
Yes.
So who knows?
Big up to Andre, who says, if we sign Gravenberch, we have to change to double pivot midfield, in my opinion. I think we're suited for it to sit deeper. McAllister and Thiago, Gravenberch pivot. Soboslai 10, in my opinion. What are you saying about this?
Then you're putting Trent back as a normal right back, aren't you? And I thought he was doing
You can't invert Trent with a double pivot. That's 3 in the same place.
No,
basically.
yeah, you'd effectively just have a 3-3. A 3-3-3-1. That's what we'd be, a 3-3-3-1.
No.
Maybe
say that correct. A 2-3-4-1.
Sorry, yeah.
Robertson's left wing, remember. Robertson's left wing.
I was included defender there. How did I include a defender? Yeah. But no, 3-3. Like Trent would invert.
Robertson more further forward than Diaz. You want to include that as a back guy? Come on. How are you including him as a center back when he's more further forward than our left winger, bro? Come on. Hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Jihad says United want Amrabat. That's why he prefers us. United, no, but that's what I'm saying, though. In terms of logic, even though whether you like Amrabat or not, logic dictates that Amrabat's a better signing for us. Simple as that.
He was on about Gravenberch there, by the way. He said United prefers Amrabat. That's why Gravenberch wants us.
No, because if Gravenberch would start at United, he wouldn't start for us. Sam, you rate Palmer to Chelsea? Yeah, Chelsea are making a good decision right there. They need a right winger. He's someone who could score goals, someone who's motivated and stuff. So why not? At least you beat Newcastle, though. Good vibes. Look at this Waves guy rubbing it in. Why are you like this, Waves? What have I done to you? You're a Barca fan. I've done a lot to you, actually. Origi! Thank you so much for the super chat. We're winning the league. I don't care. We're good enough. JK, my brother. Dopamine, copium. I only recommend you take them in certain doses because they're bad for health. I do not recommend you're on that transfer dopamine too long, you know. I don't think we'll do it, but it's what I want. I agree with you, Andre. I don't think we'll do it. And, you know, life is difficult as a Liverpool fan now because the decisions we're making are absolutely mad. Anyway, big up to the 1,100 people that are still here. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're subscribing. Minimum target is 500 likes. Get us to 500 likes. Everyone slap the like button right now. Subscribe. Big up to Amin. Big up to Waves. Big up to Jihad. Big up to Mo, Nadra, Michael, Kenny, Terry, Selection, Sheba, Yassine, Ed, Sidi, Mo, Omar, and JK. And of course, man, like Mike Das with the super chats. Big up to you guys. Make sure you're all liking. Make sure you're all subscribing. Now, hit that like button. And now subscribe.
I think FSG have cut him off the Gravenberch slander. They've cut him off. Oh, God. I don't even know what he was going to go on to next, you know. I really don't. I'm in the dark here. I mean, what do we even want to talk about now? I hope we get a defender. But, and like that Melissa Reddy thing is just giving me the tiniest, and I do mean the tiniest little bit of hope. The tiniest little bit of hope. But, you can't end this window with just Gravenberch. I'll be honest. You can't end this window with just Gravenberch. You can't. That's leaving so many things to chance. So many things to chance. And you put an awful lot of pressure on Quansah in that case because you are going to need a more defensively minded left-footed option. Look, it's almost like we're accepting it's going to be a project year for a DM and hoping that everything else can work. But I still don't believe that. I still don't believe that Gravenberch is the right project. I should have just went for Thuram. I think Thuram should have been the project that you go for because I think he's got a better profile to work in that role. So, hello, mate. Have FSG stopped you? You back?
Yeah, that was FSG who hacked my internet right there. That wasn't me. Nadra says we need a defender. We can't use Gomez and Matip. We agree with you, Nadra. And this is something me and Tom have agreed on. Listen, me and Tom disagree on a lot of things. And he's usually wrong. But when we agree, it's for good reason. There's a reason why me and Tom agree. When you make Husam and Tom agree, that's because the club is just making unbelievably bad decisions. So here's the thing, you guys. With the whole DM situation, with the whole Gravenberch situation, keep letting us know your thoughts in the comments because I just think it just makes no sense, even just from a balanced perspective. And if the reason why Gravenberch wants to leave Bayern Munich is game time, then it just makes no sense. So did you answer the system question that Mike proposed?
No, 4-3-3 is a weird one. I think it can work, but I don't think it. For me, I'm a big fan of the inverting Trent things. I think it gets him in the most dangerous positions, and I'd like to see that continue. I think 4-3-3 struggled a lot for us last season, but I think that was partly down to the fact that your midfielders were so bad. Maybe it works with new midfielders, but who knows? Who knows? You know, I just want to stick with this system, but without a DM, you have to get me a centre back. Otherwise, you're going to be having Ryan Gravenberch and Andy Robertson trying to defend counter-attacks.
How are you saying Pep tweaks the system every season? What's Klopp's doing when Klopp literally is tweaking his system as we speak? Is Trent inverted, not Klopp changing the system? Because we didn't used to invert Trent. Trent been at the club. He is never inverted. So going forward, Tom, these next two days, what do Liverpool need? What do Liverpool do? Do you think Liverpool make the right decisions? And if, because Ornstein's article, by the way, is actually titled in a specific manner. Let me tell you exactly what Ornstein put out, because this is the thing now. We've got to just address things for what they are. So let's just go Ornstein quickly, because I just want to read to the people what he actually said instead of just speculating, because this ain't done deal yet. This is exactly what it says. Liverpool in negotiations with Bayern for permanent signing. Not guaranteed to happen, but clubs discuss price plus if finance is right, formal offer to follow. Now, the question that begs itself, oh, is this true? Davinson Sanchez just went to...
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Isn't true. Okay.
No. Sky Sports in the last hour said he's increasingly likely to stay at Tottenham. A move isn't ruled out, but his move to Rennes isn't close or anything.
Okay, fair enough. Big up to you, Tom. Not to you, Tom, the super chatter. Here's the thing, Tom. Big up to you as well, of course. Here's the thing. That's the article kind of headline / what Ornstein tweeted. So now we've got to be real with it. What if the Gravenberch thing doesn't happen? Then what? And what if the Gravenberch deal happens? So you've got to give me both scenarios. What would your solution be? What do you think the club does?
My solution would be check Doucoure. And
we're not going to sign Doucoure. That's why he's on the thumbnail to begin with.
You asked for my solution. I was going to give you 3 solutions. So I was going to give you my solution, the one without Gravenberch and the one with Gravenberch. So my unrealistic one, but the way I would have done it, is Doucoure and Hinchcape. The realistic one without Gravenberch would be Kone and Thea, and the realistic one with Gravenberch would be Gravenberch and Thea. What do I think happens? Gravenberch.
Okay. Now let me rephrase the question. From the club's perspective, if Gravenberch doesn't happen, then what? No one?
Manu Kone. They'll either panic for Manu Kone, or they'll panic for Calvin Phillips, or God forbid they panic for like a Kane in Dewsbury Hall or something.
No, piss off, man. Every time, Tom. You just give the worst scenarios.
Okay, I didn't say I wanted to. I'm just saying what the club would do. The only like possible potential way would be is if Fluminense went out of Copa Libertadores and we just panic buy massively on deadline day while the man's asleep and bid 40 mil for him.
Oh, daddy. Oh,
we're not even getting him. He's going Forest.
Indeed,
he's going Forest. Doesn't matter.
The fact that he was linked to Liverpool. I wish we were like live when he was linked to Liverpool, because we would have lost our minds. Like, so you don't see a world in which Liverpool sign no one in the next 2 days?
No, I don't see a world where we don't sign anyone, but whether we sign the right player is a different kettle of fish.
Why do we keep saying this whole like sign the right player for the right price? It kind of triggers me a little bit. Why do we want a Makalele region for 10 million? That's what I don't get.
Because that's how this club operates. They have an outdated model.
Hey Tom, show me how you know it's 30th August.
No, because you know what? I'm also on that boat. I'm also on the boat of
it's 30th August. Nothing I
panic stations has made me warm to the idea of Ibrahim Sangare.
Yeah, so you're admitting that a normally Tom wouldn't want him.
No, okay. But I can't leave the position unanswered.
3 months ago, if I offered you Gravenberch, Endo, Szoboszlai, and McAllister, would you have taken it?
No.
I wouldn't have taken it either. So
I would have
on
asked you who the fuck Endo is, to be honest.
same. So on the midfield situation then, with Doucoure, the latest is essentially Crystal Palace are asking for too much money. Thoughts, Thomas Little?
Tough shit. What did you expect them to cave? Did you expect them to go, oh, it's Liverpool. It's okay. We'll just throw away our best midfielder. We'll just throw away our player of the year for 40 mil. Because what is Liverpool? No. They're obviously going to ask for money. We're the only football club. Genuinely, we are the only football club who sits there and gets shocked when other football clubs have big asking prices. Like, we don't have big asking prices for our players. We're hypocrites. The football club are hypocrites. Sheikh Doucoure is going to cost big money because he's a good player. When you're in situations like this, where you have absolutely zero bargaining power, you have to just firm it. You have to firm it and just pay the money.
You've been speaking a lot on the spaces lately. Firm it. That's such a London saying.
A London saying.
It is.
Fine.
It is. Firm it.
Fine.
You just got to firm it. Hold that. You know, it doesn't make sense just from a numbers perspective. After we sold Fabinho and Henderson and we saw the wages thing, even forget the wages. Apparently, we've actually got less net spend than Bournemouth. I don't know if that's like actually true, but that is pathetic. And with Doucoure, Tom is 100% correct. You know what happens when you wait till 30th August to make decisions? This is exactly what happens. We're sat here with not even a single drop of dopamine about Gravenberch because it's a signing that makes absolutely zero sense whatsoever. You're bringing me an 8 when we clearly need a 6. It's exactly like last January where Liverpool Football Club decided to sign Gakpo when we were screaming out for a midfielder. Here we go again. You know the start to San Andreas. Shit, here we go again. That's literally us right now. Just no direction whatsoever. Just such a lack of direction. And you know what's going to be the biggest decision right now? And I've said this before and I'll say it again. Bro, go and get a top-notch, top echelon sporting director who is just going to come up here and fix this mess right here because the decision-making we're making is just so nonsensical. It is so nonsensical. It's laughable. Why are we signing Gravenberch? I am not saying anything negative about the guy. I'm not saying anything bad about the guy. I hope if we sign him, he succeeds. I'm just saying Liverpool Football Club are screaming out for a 6. This whole time, we're screaming out for a 6. So because we're screaming out for a 6, why in the name of you know what? Why? Just why would we go and we would sign another 8 from Bayern Munich? Could someone just like, could someone explain it to me? And you know, like I've always been balanced about this whole thing. I've always say FSG outers don't like that I attribute some blame to Klopp, and FSG inners don't like me just because they don't like me. But when it comes to this whole conversation, you guys, I just don't even know who to blame anymore. Because you know when we get to the blame game situations and scenarios, people get angry and shit. And I don't even know who to blame. Like FSG, of course, are the biggest culprits.
Blame them all and move on. The matter of fact is,
it's just like
you don't. The reason we are in this situation is due to 4 years of mismanagement, and in each of those 4 years, a different party was to blame. So ultimately, everyone is to blame for the position we're in. There's no amount of waiting who's right or who's wrong because you don't know how much is down to a certain player. The matter of fact is, all the parties are to blame for the situation we are in, whether we like it or not.
I agree with you. When we have failure like this, it cannot be one guy that's to blame. It's everyone that's to blame. It's just the reality, the unfortunate reality. People might come up here and be like, you know, why are these guys upset and stuff? You know, we made a signing. You told me if we get this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Yeah, but it just makes no sense. And now, so essentially, in these next 2 days, we need to pray that we sign center back and we sign a DM if we sign Gravenberch. What I'm saying is, look, at the end of the day, we get a DM, we get a center back. This whole thing changes for me. And people might get upset because they don't trade the player. But Amrabat would have made more sense given the money as well. 20 M's. He's available for 20 M's. Just pay the 20, and Fiorentina would agree a deal with you. They'd shove Amrabat out the door to Liverpool instead of Man United, and life keeps it stepping. Amrabat is a natural DM. He'd come in there, he'd tackle, he'd destroy. Life becomes a lot better. Now, let me address this Tom Little's girlfriend guy. Husam, what happened to your we defend as a team? We still defend as a team. And we need to defend as a team. I do not want, even if we sign Amrabat or we sign Palhinha or we sign any destroyer DM, as the tacticals like to say, I don't want him to just do all the job by himself. Isn't that the reason why Fabinho is dead now? Because of us just making the guy defend everything by himself. So that's the ultimate reality. Thank you so much, BIG, though. Sarath, big up to you for the empty super chat there. Thank you. So where do Liverpool Football Club go from here, Tom?
Do you know what, though? Just one more thing on the Gravenberch deal.
Go on.
If we can in any way structure it as a loan with an option, I think it suddenly becomes a bit more appealing. Because you get a trial period, then you can see if he can do a job there. If we get him on a permanent, I think it's an awful lot of pressure. I'd rather just have him on a loan with an option, and then we can look back on it at the end of the season. It almost when you get a loan, there's no real obligation to play him, sort of thing. So I don't know. I'm spitballing. It's just I knew it was coming. You could have asked me yesterday. I knew the Gravenberch was going to come, but I still don't. I've still yet to be told.
So have we become like a developmental club for Bayern Munich now? Aren't we supposed to be Bayern Munich level? When's the last time you've seen a Bayern take a player from Madrid on loan, or from Barca on loan, or from Liverpool on loan?
Coutinho.
You know that's not how it works, Tom.
He took Coutinho on loan.
Coutinho was 5 years ago, and it was a different situation. Don't be disingenuous. He's about to Google players who went to Bayern on loan. Don't Google it, because that's not the point.
No,
Don't miss the point. We are not we are not Southampton, Tom. We're not a developmental club for Bayern. We're a bigger club than Bayern to begin with. So why am I taking him on loan to develop him for Bayern? So they get the better player, the better end of the deal. Are you mad? Come on, Tom.
Right, so
get it together. Look, he actually went to Google it. Tom, that's not the point. I explained to you the point. Can you just address the point? Forget giving me examples. Can you address the point?
Right, so Bayern Munich last season took Joao Cancelo on loan.
Joao Cancelo punched up half of Pep's team. Stop being disingenuous. Just answer my point. We're not a developmental club for Bayern Munich. We're not. We're not here to develop Bayern players. We're bigger than them to begin with.
Yeah, but ultimately you're in the situation you're in, aren't you? We're in the situation because of poor mismanagement. We don't agree with the move, do we? But it's what it is.
If I told you right now, Kimmich, Amrabat, and Ramos, would you shake my hand? I dare you. Go on.
What do I have? Am I allowed to chuck together a 3-man shortlist?
Can you first answer my question, and then we will answer yours? Go on.
Probably, yeah. I'm fucking Ramos. Ramos is signing, then Ramos is leaving. I'm not keeping Ramos.
No. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. You do not get to do that.
No, because I don't think you understand how big a stain Ramos is on it.
Okay. Actually, you asked me about Ramos this summer. There is a perfect scenario this Sunday. Would you rather, against Villa at home, Ramos and Matip, or Gomez and Matip?
Gomez and Matip.
You're so full of crap.
No. Husam, you're telling me you want Sergio Ramos in our high line?
Bro, Sergio Ramos has all the physical attributes.
Sergio Ramos has no more pace.
No, that's a lie. He's never been slow. He's never been slow.
Oh my god.
Even at his age, I've watched him for PSG. He was very good.
Right, people in the chat, who are you saying? Gomez and Matip or Ramos and Matip? Do you want Ramos's first game in a new league at the age of 38 to be alongside Joe Matip and Andy Robertson against one of the quickest attacks in the league with Leon Bailey, Moussa Diaby, Ollie Watkins?
So comment section is taking Ice Spice and Bambi on Ice because of their, you know, what have you done for me lately mentality, because of the Newcastle game. That's the only reason why they're taking that.
What has Sergio Ramos done lately?
They're just upset because of the whole Champions League final thing. It's okay. I get it. Listen, we will see. We will see what happens this season and all of that. But I just wish, like, in these next 2 days, somehow, some way, we solve the problem. I don't see us solving the problem to begin with. So before someone comes and attacks me, I don't think Tom sees us solving the problem either. We already know we're all over the place. And I want to reiterate something I said at the start of the video. Look, this is not about me and Tom being negative, or me and Tom not backing, or me and Tom blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, this signing purely from a logical perspective makes zero sense. Because logically, it does not make sense to sign a crystal clear 8 when you need a 6. So all I'm saying is, we needed a 6. We've been screaming out for a 6, and we didn't get a 6. So we're upset. And that's what we need. Also crystal clearly, we need the center back. And it doesn't look like we're addressing that as well. So look, all this talk from the journalists and shit, we're already used to it. Let's see if they deliver. And by the way, even the Ornstein article itself says we may not end up getting Gravenberch to begin with. So let's not sit up here and start dancing. That's the reality. So, Tom, we're going to wrap it up here. Where can people find you, my brother?
Sorry, I'm just watching a Gravenberch, trying to convince myself. Tom Little with a 1 on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, the works. Hit 1.2k subs yesterday, so go team.
I won't say anything. Big up to Amin, big up to Waves, big up to Jihad, big up to Mo, Nadra, Michael, Kenny, Terry, big up to BIG, big up to... Who was this guy? Someone who starts with A? Big up to you, A. Big up to Tom, Mike, JK, Mo, big up to Sidi, Ed, Yassine, Shiba, and Selection for the super chats. Big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you're all liking the video. Make sure you're all subscribing to the channel. Guys, before you leave the video, make sure you like and subscribe. Today, we're back, inshallah, at 11 p.m. for episode 15 of Al-Ahwa, where we're going to do predictions for next week's fixtures, inshallah. So stay tuned for that one. There's a lot coming your way. Big up to Waves, man. You've been our MVP this month. Absolutely elite guy. I love every single one of you. Make sure you go subscribe to Tom Little. Come back at 11 p.m. inshallah. Peace out.